journey will arrive with our passion burning bright.
White and blue running through my veins. On the pitch where the glory remains. The cockerel stands brave on the crest. North London pride, this ain't no jest. From lane to the new shining ground. Echo chants where the legends are found. Heroes carved in the heart of time. We march on through grit and grime. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. Echoes of King and Greaves in the air. Every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Hold 'em, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in the roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire, this is my club, my only desire.
Hi guys, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home at Tottenham, past, present, and exciting future on the Thomas rank. As today we remain unbeaten in pre-season. Even better than that, we have won the North London derby, the first one ever on outside North London. Yes, we beat the mighty Arsenal 1-0, and how happy was I? I am absolutely buzzing, and what a goal by Papa Sarr. Forget your Naeem from the halfway line. It is Papa Sarr from the halfway line now. Many of you who do remember Naeem beating David Seaman from the halfway lane back in the 90s. And, of course, Papa Sarr did it today against Reina, who really was off his line. Papa Sarr said, thank you very much. Take all points. Thank you. I was about to say take all 3 points. Take the bragging rights into the season. Joining me, of course, is our very own Simon Jordan. He takes no fools lightly, and he says it how it is. Like it or love it, he is the Simon Jordan of THFC till we die, and he is the one and only Tequila. Tequila, how are you, sir?
Are you sure in Crystal Palace, you know?
Oh, did you? Did you really?
Yeah, might have mentioned it before. How are we doing?
No, you haven't really, but okay, yeah. And how did that go for you?
Don't know. Who'd he sell it to in the end? He had a falling out with Roy Hodgson, didn't he? And then he sold it to some bloke.
He sold it to, and you can stand the fella he sold it to.
Who did he sell it to?
I know.
Remind me. I don't remember who he sold it to.
Oh God, maybe somebody in the chat might let us know.
I think
Wayne or
I think he had to go on TalkSport the other week, and he tore right into him. No,
yeah,
now I'm thinking
that
about it.
doesn't surprise me. Look, just quickly on that. Look, Simon Jordan, he was on today talking about Tottenham, and he
Yeah, I saw
thinks
some of
Tottenham
it.
could Steve Parish, that's who
That's
was
it. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reckons Tottenham could finish top 6.
I think that's on the optimistic side. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's a crazy prediction, top 6, but
Yeah.
I'd say that's on the optimistic side. But
I
we
say
need
it is.
we're not that far away. But we need. I think we need at least 2 more first team players to get top 6.
I agree with you.
And if you want to get, if you really want to push for top 4, I'm thinking 4 more, which I know we're not going to get. Not at this point.
Well, we've got a bit of news today. Coming in, Kulu from PSG could be one, and Palunia from Bayern Munich could be another. You get them 2 players in the door, Tequila. I think that sort of changes your complexion about the transfer window, doesn't it?
Well, I don't see any reason other than the wages why we can't get the chap from Bayern. I don't think we'll buy him. We've had this conversation before. I think he's too old for Levy to really fork out, but on loan.
He's going to be a loan. Do you think it'd be a loan with an obligation or a loan with an option?
When we spoke about Steve, I had this conversation with Steve the other day on the show. He seemed to think to go for the obligation, whereas I'm like, no, just loan him for a year, and then if we want to go back into him next year, he'll be even cheaper because he'll have less time on his contract and he'll be a year older as well. So
yeah, that's true. That is very true. But guys, yes, we did beat the mighty Arsenal today. Did you watch the game, Tequila?
I didn't, because I won't give Danny Boy my money, Dermo. And I didn't get. Nobody gave me a funky German stream to watch, like I sometimes get.
Yeah, sorry. I did ask around to get a link for you. Nobody actually sent me one. I need to have another word with Shamu because he sort of watched it today. Yeah. Look, for me, I thought what an impressive first half performance. We were good today. We really were good. I would say up front we were woeful. I think up front really does need looking at it. But the back 5, you look at Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, Jed Spence was good today. Vicario was comfortable in everything he came for. Everything he did, he was comfortable. Yeah. The midfield tree and Bentancur, Bergville, who played in the 10 role. I thought, apart from one error, I thought he played very well today. And Papa Sarr, he's been 3 goals in 2 games now for Papa Sarr in pre-season. I think he's having a good pre-season.
Do you think, Dermo, Frank's seen something from the limited time? I know he hasn't had ages with him, but do you think Frank's seen something with Sarr which suggests to him that he can be a bit more of an attacking player than he used to be?
I think he has. I'd also think that he likes Bergville as well. Him and Bergville play well together. I have to say that. But I thought Bentancur was good today. And when Bentancur is quiet, doesn't mean he's having a bad game. It means he's getting on with his job and just doing the number 6 role, which I think is a good thing. And then up front, I thought Kudus had a good game. I thought Kudus was very, very good. Odegaard drifted in and out of the game, but when Odegaard did attack the fullback, he did attack him. Richarlison was just useless. I'm sorry, he was woeful up front.
I'll tell you this, there, mate. I think people talking about top 6. If we don't do something about the striker situation, as in having, let's call Tella striker. I'm not sure he is, but let's put him in that bracket. That gives us 3 strikers. Lancashire, if he stays, that would be 4. I don't see Lancashire. I'm not going to judge. He's too young. I don't see a goal machine in any of those 3.
I don't either. And Sonny as well. Sonny could be going, and he's played up front as well. We desperately look, if we get this Kulu guy in from PSG, he's a striker. I think he wouldn't be too bad. But I think striker, we need a Premier League proven striker. Why can we not go for it like a Isaac or Nolly Watkins? It's just because we won't pay the money.
Watkins is going to be very expensive because of the English thing as well, Dermo.
Yeah, but do you know my point? You have to spend money to get the right players. So why can we not spend the money? And I think if you're going to spend the money rightly, get a decent striker in. Because if you get Kudos and you get another good Odegaard playing well on the left, and Kudus on the right. Put Manderson and Kula in the middle, and you've got a decent number 9 up front to partner up with Solanke. I think that solves your front. That solves your striking problems. Solanke, Yumi did the show when Solanke got signed, and I still have the same feeling I did a year ago. Underwhelmed.
Yeah, because I don't. It depends what the ambitions of the club is. If you think Solanke, thank God Boris isn't in the chat, otherwise he'd be tearing us both a new one. But
yeah, it would be.
But I don't think Solanke gets you into the top 4. If that's
No.
the aim, then we need an upgrade. I don't mind him being in a squad demo, but I don't want him to be first choice. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Do you feel like look, I think we definitely need a striker. We rarely do. I think you get Palunia in. I think that sorts your number 6 out. I honestly do think that. Then your midfield sort of okay as it is. So it's really the front 3 we need to look at.
I can see why we were and I can see why we wanted Morgan Gibbs White, because I think that he's. I'm assuming the links with Mainu has gone quiet as well, haven't they? I haven't seen.
Yeah, they have. I haven't heard anything, to be fair.
So I mean, assuming that link, we know obviously we had proper interest in Gibbs White, so they must at least know and realise that there is an improvement needs to be made in the centre of the park, and they were willing to obviously pay 60 million for that. So assuming that money's still there, I mean, it bloody should be, shouldn't it? But who bloody knows anymore with Spurs? So assuming that money's still there, they must feel that the midfield, the centre of the midfield must be they must see a massive gap there if they are willing to spend that money on Gibbs White. The thing is, Dermo, I can't see us again have to be proven wrong spending 60 million on a midfielder, which obviously if it's Frank who's decided, or Paratici, whoever it is, and then spending another 60 million on getting that striker we want, I can't see it.
No,
not both.
No, I think it's going to be one or the other, isn't it? Really, being realistic, it's going to be one or the other. But look, I think the transfer window is still open. It's closed to the first. This has been a frustrating window, but it's still open until the 1st of September. So anything can happen now. Tomorrow it will be a month to go, and I know other teams will get ahead of us, but the way we played today, and it does show. I think you said it a lot last season. I said it in the watch along as well in the second half. You were constantly on about the other fella, but doesn't it show if you coach these players and give them proper coaching and proper tactics and proper instructions? This Tottenham side's not bad. We've got a decent squad. It just needs a few additions, I think, to make it a great squad.
I mean, my problem with the form, we don't need to go into it too much, but my problem with the last manager was the fact that 17th. If we would have finished 12th and Europa League, I don't think anyone would be complaining. But because he underperformed so badly with this squad, and you're right, as you just said, this isn't the 17th. It's not the 17th worst team in the Premiership, right? No. It's not on paper, right? I don't think we're quite top 6 either. But what you're saying is true, and if Frank can get the best out of these players, then I do see a top half finish. I'm not going to say anything more than that. Ask me at the end of the window, but I do see a top half finish, which is much more of a realistic than the 17th. So
and also a chance of winning a cup as well. Because look, I think we've got a good chance of winning the League Cup if you get in the League Cup, and it's one-off games, isn't it? We got to the semi-finals last year. There's no reason why we can't get again there this year. The FA Cup is a bit of luck. Look, if we get to the round of 16 in the Champions League, I think that would be a really good achievement.
With the cups, there, mate, the way I always look at them is, and this is why I don't like relying on them, and is that all it takes though is a little bit of bad luck. For example, drawing Liverpool away. If we draw Liverpool away in either of the two cups, chances are we're going out. Yeah. And that's what I mean by, like, sometimes that's why you can't rely on the cups, because sometimes you can just get a bad break and you can just get a bad draw. So,
but look, I just think that I saw today a team that was properly coached. Tactics, and again, it was like little triangles, like he did at Brentford. It was pulling Arsenal players out of their position into uncomfortable areas. And I think that's why we got Arsenal. Arsenal didn't look threatened. You put it in the chat earlier that Arsenal couldn't care less about today. And I'll tell you one thing, they didn't. We looked up for it today. We looked hungry. We looked up for it. And I think some of them players who played last season have realized a bit of proper coaching. Hang on a minute. We're looking all right here. We're unbeaten in pre-season. I know the Luton game was woeful. I know the Wickham game was woeful. And the Reading game was okay-ish. But clean sheet in the Reading game, clean sheet in the Luton game, clean sheet today. That's 3 clean sheets in 4 games. If you're looking at it that way, that's a much improved scenario that last season where we never kept clean sheets.
So
apart from the last 3 games onto the Europa League win, to be fair.
When it comes to why the players might have been up for it today as well, you got to remember is that the Arsenal team is a much more settled team than ours, obviously, because Arteta's been there 7 years now, however long it's been.
Yeah.
So their squad is pretty settled. Whereas with us, again, we go through managers like hot dinners. We've got another new manager in. So lots of these players, not all, there's maybe 2 or 3 for sure that I haven't got to worry. But an awful lot of them, Dermo, are still trying to prove a point. They're saying to Frank, pick me, or they're saying I don't want to be sold. So are they all? Some of them, it might be having the opposite effect. I'm looking at you, Richarlison, which is just like convincing him. Yeah, I really do want to sell you. But some of them, they want to play their way into Frank's plans because he's the new manager. They want to impress the new manager. This is why it's called the new manager bounce, isn't it?
And also it's a World Cup year as well. So the likes of Maddison and co, who really got to put in good Richarlison as well. I think Richarlison needs to go and get somewhere first team football because today I said it in the Wickham game, he wasn't good. And today he wasn't good. Now, I grant you, that's only his 2nd game of pre-season. But you were thought by the 2nd game, you're a little bit more up to speed after playing 75 minutes against Wickham.
I've always wondered, Dermo. I mean, we know that YouTube is all across the world, and we know that channels can, and I'm sure we must have some fans. I mean, it's probably not loads, but some fans who watch us in Brazil. I would love to know how Richarlison is regarded in Brazil when it comes to his qualities from the national team, because they must be used to players having a certain skill level. And no disrespect to him, he's certainly a better footballer than I could ever dream to be. But when you think of Brazil forwards,
I know.
There's something. Yeah. I want to check. I want to check his passport, there, mate. Make sure he's not some like Nigerian 38-year-old like we've seen in the past.
A bit like Roger Miller.
Yeah. So I would love to know. I would love to know from any Brazilian fan, how is he regarded in the hierarchy when it comes to the Brazilian national team? Because surely, Dermo, from what we see on a weekly basis, he can't be anywhere near the Brazil national team anymore.
No. Do you know what? I might actually look and reach out to the Brazilian supporters club and see will one of them like to come on and ask him that question. Actually, that might be worth doing. That would be interesting. But look, let's welcome a few members in. There's loads of members in the chat tonight, which is great to see. And if you're not a member, why you're not a member, pick up your memberships. We did have on the end of last stream, I think Carl came in very, very quickly when I finished the stream, and hopefully I'll be able to see it. Where is it now? Here. I know he was a member for 12 months and just wanted to thank him. I was hoping it would run over onto this stream, but obviously it hasn't. But big up to you, Carl, member for 12 months. Thank you so much for your loyalty, your being loyal and always being here, putting us right in the chat. Anything you want to say to Carl before we move on and welcome in the other members that are in the chat tonight?
You mean Carl Simpson, don't you? Just make me talking about the correct Carl. I love Carl. He's really active in the about to say Discord, then not Discord, Demo, in the WhatsApp group. He is. He likes his rant, and I'm always trying to egg him on every time he's in the chat so he can do another rant because I find him so funny. Bless him.
Yeah. There is a rank coming about. Spurs play, by the way, because I'm absolutely pissed off with them. But yeah, if you are not a member, why not get your memberships? 99 cents, the cheapest memberships in town. You get to join the WhatsApp group as well, where you get to see the breaking news quicker than anyone else on YouTube as well, before we even break it. And also join the lads. We're all in there. It's a lovely little community. So please do it. Pick it up. Helps us, and you get extra benefit out. There is a video dropping tomorrow afternoon with my rating shows and my thoughts on the game as well. So please do look out for that. I want to say big up to Giant 68. It was first in tonight. Big up Dermo panel chat. Arsenal 0, Spurs 1. Coys, big up to you, Giant 68. Big up to you, Wayne Bonner. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all well. Nice to see Arsenal finish runners-up again. They must love their wooden spoon collection. Yeah, they must do. Absolutely loved it. Lego Man was getting on my nuts today. And also think he's an idiot as well. Big up to Rohan. Big up, Rohan. I hope you're doing well. So much fun watching Kudos. Yeah, Kudos he really is. His shithousery is 3 Arsenal players around him today, Tequila, and he still got out of it. It was like they surrounded him, and he still come out with the ball at his feet.
He's certainly going to be. It's certainly a Spurs type player. I think. I mean, people said that they don't think he's a good signing. I do think he's a good signing. I just think we need more. But never did any of us say that he was not a good signing, dude.
No, it isn't. There we go. Giant says Naeem go with special. It was. There's same Steve Parrish. Big up to Gerard. Big up to top 6 is only possible with 3-4 new players. Wayne Bonner is saying we're finished 7th or 10th with what we currently have. Big up to Dan Davenport. Big up to Gerard. Gerard, this is for you. Some say he's Simon Jordan, and he used to own Crystal Palace. All we know, he is a TTWD legend. It's Tequila. There you go.
Thank you, G Giant.
See that? There you go.
The check's in the mail, bro.
You are the Simon Jordan of this channel, so just play up to it. Big up to Wayne Sars, the Tottenham Messi. Yes, he is. Big up to Kuva 99. I'll just bring this one up because Kuva is always good. Kuva's good to be in. Big up to Kuva. Evening all. Frank said he addressed the defense first. So far, so good. I'm not even making a prediction this season. I just want to see steady improvements. So do we all. Big up to Anthony Lynch as well from West Cork. Big up to you, Anthony. Greetings, Dermo and Tequila. Any update with Pauluna? We got that coming. And Van Heckel. Sounds like Van who? Van Heckel?
Van Helsing. Van Helsing, doesn't he kill vampires?
Yeah. Yeah, or Van Morrison. Sounds like a 1980s pop star. Our strikers, our preseason top scorers midfielder. It really does. Yeah. Big up to Simon Cohen. Evening, boys. Big up to you too. Gerard, that's been generous. He said, I know some Brazilian people, they say he is dog crap. And hopefully new signings. Now, Cooley and Polo, and we're going to get on to that, Simon. But we are going to start with today. We are going to start with a 1-0 win over the Arsenal. Tottenham win the first ever North London derby being played abroad at the Car-Tak Sports Park, Kowloon, Hong Kong. Tequila, I've been practicing that all afternoon.
You did better than I thought you would, to be fair.
I've been practicing. 49,975 there to see Spurs win 1-0 with a SAR special. Look, I went to start on this, Tequila, right? It was mentioned on TalkSport today, and it got me thinking. The first ever North London derby that played out of North London. Do you think it took something away? Does it take something away from the North London derby game, or is it inevitable that these games are going to go abroad? And that just begs up the question: is this 39th game, do you think, going to happen where it's been played in America?
I can see it, but they're going to have to be creative with how they do it, because you're going to have to work out. Every club will have to do at least one game a year then to make it fair for every club. Then every club will have to do. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They'll have to make sure that every club does at least one, and even that's not fair then, because which match do you choose? somebody could get lucky and end up playing Burnley 3 times, whereas somebody could end up get unlucky and play Liverpool 3 times. That's not fair, is it? For the league. I don't know. They're going to have to be creative if they're going to do it.
Yeah. I think I don't like the idea of these games going abroad. I don't mind pre-season because that's pre-season. Last night on Sky, I was watching a bit of West Ham Everton. Boring.
Yeah.
I fell asleep to it. Actually, it was that boring. Yeah, but I understand this game, but North London derby, should that just be kept for North London?
I don't like it really, to be honest.
No. I don't either.
I'd rather, and I think it loses something. I mean, I'm sure. I know there was still some English fans over there. I know some people went over there to watch it, but it still won't be the same. The atmosphere can't be the same. It can't be.
No, it wasn't. I was listening to a bit of it today. It wasn't the same.
No, it can't be.
Any big investors watching, me and Tequila would love to go to Asia next year on the Asia tour. If you can. Me and Tequila will like to do shows from there. Bit like We Are Tottenham TV. Sim was out there with expressions. He got to ask a question in the press conference. Did you see it?
No, I didn't. What did he say? What expressions?
Yeah, he asked. First question was to Thomas Frank. How do you like your nickname being called Thomas the Frank Engine?
What did he say?
He liked it, actually. He said he liked it. Yeah. And then he come out, then he said, who we're buying next, basically. It was some transfer talk. And Thomas Frank, you can see, he went, good question. Very good question.
Yeah. He didn't answer it, though, right?
I know he stonewalled him brilliantly. I have to say, absolutely stonewalled him. But yeah, that was so funny. He's got this ring right expressions with the Europa League trophy in a diamond on the side of his massive diamond ring.
Well, he got that made, then he must have got that made.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's where we're missing. That's what we're missing. We need a big investor to get us into that press conference, to get you in to ask the difficult questions to Thomas Frank this year. Look, Croke Park, as Gerard says in the chat, Croke Park will jump on this. Yeah. I think Leeds and Liverpool are playing in Dublin in August in the Aviva, which is going to be interesting
against each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see Tottenham. I'd like to see Tottenham do an Irish tour. Actually, play some games in Ireland. I would like that. I don't care about the way the friendlies are and everything. I don't think I like seeing Premiership versus Premiership. I think we've already got that. I'd like to see us playing big other international teams. You know, Italy, Spain, Portugal, a French team. Just because we don't get to play them much, whereas Arsenal, and other Premiership teams, just like, well, we're going to be playing them twice this year at least anyway. Yeah, well, at least it starts the bragging rights early. Do you know? We did beat you pre-season, and no. Big up to SDFC Burnley. We are shameless and we don't care. Exactly. 3 points, and the win over Arsenal was a win over Arsenal. I'd have watched a lot of YouTubers saying that we were going to lose against Arsenal. We were going to get whooped. We were going to get absolutely rolled over. Didn't look like that today. We were really, really good. This was the match stats. 15 shots for Arsenal, 6 for Tottenham, 1 shot each on target. Touches in opposition on box, 34 for Arsenal, 10 for Tottenham, 50.5% possession for Arsenal, and 40.5% for Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah. Now, these are the first half stats. Tottenham played really well. If you're looking at them stats, Tequila, Tottenham played well in the first half. Even he said today, Thomas Frank, he was impressed with them. Do you know, not even a shot on target for Arsenal.
No, they had overall, when the last stat was 15 shots, 1 on target. Yeah. That's despicable.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we had 6 shots and 1 on target, which is sort of.
And I thought our strikers were bad. I mean,
they even brought on their new striker, and he couldn't even get a shot on target, which was quite funny. It is quite bad. I didn't look at it that way. 15 shots and 1 on target. If you were Arteta, you'd be scratching your head tonight, wouldn't you?
It's just like, you know, that's less than 10%. Accuracy, mate. That's terrible.
Yeah. Any Arsenal fans watching? Apparently, AFTV have gone into meltdown. Apparently, because of today's game. I was told.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. One thing I will say though, I saw a picture of that Robbie. Where'd that guy lose all that weight from? I'm gonna have to find out what his trick was.
Yeah, exactly. Big up to Philip Brady. Big up, Mr. Brady's in the house. He says, really enjoyed watching the Gooners fans' reaction today. Priceless. He was telling me about this. He said they were absolutely losing their minds. It is funny watching them lose their minds, actually, Tequila, to be fair.
AFC is the only one. That's the only one I've ever heard of. Oh no, there's another guy called Lee Gunner. I've heard of him as well.
Yeah. I noticed some of the Arsenal fans that do come into our chat, geeks of Muckaby, and a few of them are hiding at the moment. This was the team that started today. Of course, there is a player ratings reaction video coming out to you tomorrow, plus the game thoughts as well, guys. So do watch out for that. There is no show tomorrow night because I'm on the Manchester United agenda from 9 o'clock. So there is no show tomorrow. And then Saturday, there will be all your pre-game shows before the Newcastle game. Plus at 5 o'clock, me and Philip's political channel will be going live as well. And then Sunday, we've got all your match day stuff for Newcastle. But we start with Vicario and Go, Jed Spence, Mickey van der Ven, Christian Romero, Porro. We've got Bentancur, Sarr, and Bergville in the midfield, and then Odegaard, Richarlison, and Kudos. If you look at that team and that back five, Tequila, that back five is really becoming a solid unit.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that I think defense is our strongest area of the pitch. When I look at that, I mean, I'm not saying that this is going to be his starting Premiership team, but I think there's quite a few of them there who will be, you know.
So, I really do. What do you think? What do you think of that midfield tree, though? The Bentancur, Sarr, and Bergville. I thought Bergville was quite good today, actually. To be fair,
if that is going to be the formation, is he going to if he's playing three in midfield, and he's not going to play in number 10, then you know what I think it misses. I don't know if there's that much creativity there. I'd rather have a defensive midfielder in place of Bentancur. That doesn't mean I think Bentancur's bad. I just rather have a proper defensive midfielder. Yeah. And then I want to go on in.
Yeah, just say that formation wasn't how we set up today. I need to rejig the formation. I done it slightly wrong. It was actually you had two midfielders in Bentancur and Sarr, and then Bergville do plays a number 10. But I need to rejig the graphics and how I do them. But that's how he played today. So
it was a 4-2. See, so it's more of a 4-2-3-1 then, not a 4-3-3.
Yeah, basically,
Okay. All right. Well then then I understand the number 10. Well then, if that's the case, there, mate, then I gotta ask, he doesn't play with a defensive midfielder then?
No,
he plays with 2 8s. He doesn't play with a 6.
Yeah.
So then we shouldn't expect to be buying a 6 then. Is that fair to say?
It is fair to say. I think sometimes he does use the 6. It depends how he rotates formation wise. Thomas Frank Thomas Frank doesn't have one formation. He has 2 or 3 different formations, and they change during the game as well. So you may start out as a 4-2-3-1, but you might end up somehow in the second half of 3-5-2-1 formation, if you know what I mean. So I think he'll always have a 6 in there. I think Paulinho can play in centre midfield as well. So I don't think he's just a 6. I think he can play as an 8. So I think that would be why he would be a very good signing for us. But Bergville's the number 10. I thought he played well today. I think apart from one bit where he made one sloppy pass, apart from that, I thought he was very good. Do you prefer him as a 10 or an 8, Bergville, for what you've seen of him?
I'm not sure he's enough of a goal threat to be a 10. So I think he has to work on that side of his game. I see him as an 8. Mainly, and maybe filling in if Maddison or Kulu. I put Maddison and Kulu as our 2 starting 10s. So maybe he can.
Yeah.
But then again, this is what I mean by Sarr. Maybe, you know, if Frank, so Sarr gets more goals than Bergvall does.
Yeah,
So it's like, you know, maybe Frank's seen something in training. It's just like, hold on a second. Sarr's actually got a lot of attacking potential as well. That really he doesn't seem to, at least generally, he's not been deployed in that way. So maybe Frank is thinking about putting him as the 10. I'm not sure, but Frank knows a lot more than I do about it.
Yeah. Look, if you look at the back 4 in the midfield, I think we're quite solid there. It is the front three we are talking about, isn't it? And that's the problem. Odegaard today, for me, drifted in and out of the game. But when he did attack, he attacked very well, Tequila. Kudos did what Kudos did. It's up front, isn't it? It's that sort of striker role. Look, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to put it out there. Maybe the guys in the chat. I wanted to say big up to Starman, the man that makes me put on my Bowie album as well. It says good, solid performance today. Big up to you and Paul Brown as well. Evening, gents. Evening, Paul. If you look at that team today, Tequila, right, and you put a proper striker in there, a proper number 9. You put a proper left winger on there as well. That's a quite decent starting 11, isn't it?
I think, again, just looking at this formation, I know that he didn't play it today, but looking at this formation, I think we can upgrade on the 6. Again, if we play as a 6, I think there's an upgrade there. No offense to Bentancur. I see him more as an 8 anyway. I also am not convinced by Sarr. I know he got the goal and it was a great goal. I mean, overall, I'm not sure he's a top 4.
Yeah,
he's young. I know he's young, so he's still got a lot of room to grow. But if we're talking about somebody playing every week, I think we could probably upgrade on him. I'm assuming that's what the Gibbs White was going to do. I'm not saying he would have. I'm not saying he would have replaced Sarr, but obviously, like I said before, they must have seen a gap. They must think there's something missing from their midfield 2 or 3. Otherwise, why would we have been willing to pay 60-65 million for Gibbs White? So
yeah,
and I think I think Odegaard, I don't think he's ready for. I don't see him as a top 4 player either. Again, he's young. You have to give him time. I think he could do with some. I think he's somebody you bring on. I think he's that more than starting. So I think if it was up to me, I'd invest in a new striker. I know we're never going to do this, Dermo. I'd invest in a new left winger. And I'd probably look for another midfielder, and I'd probably look for another left back because I don't want Ben Davies starting any game this year as a left back. I know he didn't start today, but I mean, I'd be looking at another left back too.
Yeah, no,
that's 4 players. I know we're not going to get 4 players.
Yeah. Now Philip here says Sarr is indispensable. I hope that's all right. Would you put Sarr? Look, I get it. Sarr is indispensable, but where do you see his? Do you think Thomas Frank can improve him?
Yeah.
Or do you think where does he need improvement in your eyes? Because everyone sees the game differently. Everyone sees players differently. I mean, I rarely rate Bentancur and Bergville. I don't rate Basuma. I rate actually Jed Spence better than Udogie. No, I'm going to get pelters for that, but that's my view. So where do you see the improvements where Frank can put into him, or do you feel that it can improve, but not to the levels you want him to be at? Do you see a better player there than he is at the moment?
I see a player who's got a great engine. I see a player who's a great athlete. I don't think he's the most technically gifted of players. It depends what you want from your midfielders, Dermo. That's why I'm not sure. That's why I'm not sure he can do the 10. He's got a goal in him. We've seen that he's got a goal in him, which will help. But is he this creative force that you're going to play and you're going to have him feeding him the strikers and feeding him the inside forwards if they cut inside? Is he? He's not a playmaker, is he? He's not a playmaker.
No.
Yeah, no, he's not really. He's not really a player who will dribble around lots of players. He's got a great engine. He's very physically gifted. He's a great athlete. There's a lot of room for potential there. Is he a little bit of a jack of all trades but master of none? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe there's that sort of yeah, maybe I agree with that actually. I would agree with that. But look, I think Sarr is a talented footballer. I do think that, but I agree with you that he played well today. He scored an amazing goal, and the vision to actually pick that goal out, by the way, was something was really shows how talented he is. But I felt over the last 2 games, he's flourishing under a Frank system.
I tell you what, I don't want to see, Dermo. I can tell you this.
Yeah,
I'd never want to see a Bissouma and Sarr in a 2-man midfield again in my life.
No. How many times last season did we?
Every time they started, Dermo, me and you knew that we were most likely going to lose the game.
Yeah. I'd like to keep. I do want to read out Kuva's comment there. I will bring it up because I think it's. Do you want to respond to that? I think he's got a good point here.
I think our midfield is poor. Bergvall may develop into a good player, but up front, I only see Madders and Kudos creating anything. 5 players short of going anything this season, pains me to say. I actually agree 100%. That's more or less what I said, Kuva. I think Bergvall probably is the best of the midfield as well. And I think I'd probably include Kulu into that 3 you've mentioned. I know he had a poor second half to the season, but until he got his injury, he was our best player last year.
He was.
I know that might not be saying much considering I know we won the European Cup, but I'm talking about overall. I know that might not be saying much, obviously, because our league performances are mostly really bad. But I'd probably add Kulu. It's the only one the only difference in what Kuva said. I probably would add Kulu to that 3 of players.
Yeah, I would too. I think Kulu would. That cross he did, we have it in our intro, that cross he done for James Maddison against Man City away. I think that was Tottenham's goal of the season for me.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel Kulu is a really good player. You see him training today in his home in Sweden, and he's really just hitting the ball against a little net, and it's coming back with him in his bare feet in the back garden in the back arse of nowhere.
The reason why I think that Frank might have a little bit of an issue with Kulu, and I use the term issue, might not be the right word to use. It's just because Ange never really got his best position. I'm not sure that Conte either got his best position. So Frank, I mean, because he's not really a winger because he hasn't got the pace. I'm not saying he's dirt slow, but generally he hasn't. And we know this. He's a very one-footed player as well. So he's a very predictable player. How many times do we hear, oh, he puts it onto his other foot because he can't cross with his foot. Yeah. So he puts it onto the other foot all the time. So do you play him as a winger? Okay, we want better options. You play him as a number 10. He's pretty good there. Is he as good as Madders in that role? Maybe not, but he can also play the 8 role as well because he's got a very good. He's very good defensively as well. This is the thing about him.
He's got a good engine in him.
Exactly. So having that versatility, he's going to do it. He's going to do a decent job in those 3 positions again, and maybe again, but it does it. I don't think we know exactly where to put him in the first team. It's like, well, we've got these other players. We know where they start. We know where to play them. And then Kulu's name is sort of like, well, you play him on the wing. Do you play him in the centre of the park? Do you play him behind the striker? It's a good problem to have, but I think you might see a lot of time coming off the bench, Dermo, because he can cover technically he can cover 3 positions.
Yeah.
Hell, we even played him as a striker a couple of times.
Yeah, we did. I think you, me, and the guys here will have to go through the squad one stream and actually do before the end of the window, maybe in the next week or so, go through the whole squad and really just pick who we really goalkeeper. I'm still fuming that so Josh Keeley. I'm miffed over that.
Is Kinski still getting loaned out?
Well, that's another thing as well. There's pictures coming into another WhatsApp group of champions of Hong Kong going on the open top right. When they gave Sonny the trophy this morning when they beat Arsenal, I don't think he knew where to put himself, to be fair. He looked really embarrassed. God love him. But no, I just think that we have to go through the squad and who do we keep? And who do you think is going to be improved? A player that has to improve this year. For me, James Maddison, right? I like James Maddison. When he was at Leicester, I always wanted him at Tottenham. But what really got me at Spurs was he didn't have a very good first season. Jack, now who was on the show last night, said that he had a very good last season was quite good for him. And if you look at the numbers, yes, you can back that up. But when you look at certain games when he was captain, he didn't really have that captain inspiring a thing about him. But do you think with the World Cup,
he shouldn't be captain, Dermo? I don't
No.
think he should. I think I know what Ange was trying to do, but I would have had it just Romero and Sonny. I didn't agree. And you know another reason why I didn't agree? He was too new. He was too new to the club, Dermo. Romero and Son. I mean, even Romero. At least Romero's been there like what, 4 years now, 4 seasons.
Yeah, 4 seasons now.
Madison was more or less given the captaincy nearly right away. It's just like, no, dude, you just joined.
Yeah, it is. Look, so that's what we're going to do. These were the substitutes that came on. We've got Danso, we've got Basuma, we've got Mateus Tail, Johnson, Ben Davis, Sonny, and Maddison. Just on Ben Davis, I mean, how's this man still here? I mean, he's the longest serving player with Sonny at the club. And we've gone on tour with one recognised left back. That's Ben Davis. I mean, come on.
I mean, I have no... Okay, right. So I've got no substantial evidence to back up what I'm about to say, right? This is
going to be fun.
This is just theory, right? I don't know any of the players personally. I'm not in the know like half the Spurs fan base apparently are. I'm not in the know, really. I know Dermo's source. That's the closest I get to. I know the source that Dermo uses, right? That's it. Ben Davis, I think, must be friends with...
I've got to stop you, Tequila. We might have some breaking news on the Tottenham signing. Now, this is coming from Plete Gold. I will forward this on to you, by the way. Exclusive. Paulinho is on the verge of joining Tottenham Hotspur on loan. Talks are very advanced. Only final details remain between Paulinho and Tottenham on agreement between FC Bayern Munich and Tottenham almost complete. Contract with Bayern remains valid until 2028. Now, that's from Florinina Pettenberg. Now, he's quite shit hot when it comes to stuff like this. That's where it's come. And that's also come from Sky Sports DE. So that's Sky Sports Portugal. That's coming out of. So it's only a rumor at the moment, guys. And can I stress a rumor? This is only a rumor, but apparently Sky Sports DE. I'll send it to you, Tequila, so you can.
He's Portuguese, so that would make sense why they might have a bit of a inside track.
There you go. I've just sent that to you, so have a look at that. But can I just say this is only a rumor? I will send this to our people we use to try to get it confirmed. But as I said, it's only a rumor. That exclusive that Johan Paulinho is on the verge of joining Tottenham Hotspur on loan. Talks are very advanced. Only final details remain between Paulinho and Tottenham. An agreement between FC Bayern and Tottenham almost complete. Contract with Bayern remains valid until 2028 from Sky. It's also from Florinina Pettenberg and also at Sky Sports DE Portugal. I take it you've just had a look at it, Tequila. We will send it to the people that we know if it's true or not. Are you happy if that comes true? Because I know you were quite sort of... I'll take the subs down, actually. I'll take that down. I know you were quite sort of dismissive. Not dismissive, but you weren't really hopeful of this deal happening. If we can get them on loan, would you be impressed with this?
Yeah, the only reason I wasn't hopeful is because the 40 million at the start that was being branded about, and there's no way Levy pays that for a 30-year-old. But on loan, then there isn't really a downside. I mean, as long as they can sort out the wages, if he does well, then I imagine that there's a chance we could buy him. Although, like I said earlier, it's like if he'll be 31 this time next year. So it's like, if you're going to buy a 31-year-old, normally you either pay a very cut price or you just sign him on loan.
Yeah.
Bayern obviously don't want him for whatever reason. They obviously don't want him. And they obviously just want to get him off the wage bill. There could be a little loan fee demo for it as well. Yeah. Maybe that's one of the things they're negotiating over.
Couple of million.
Which I think is Bayern will probably take that, get him off the wages and a couple of million in the bank. Yeah. And we got ourselves a ready-made player, which is what we want. Who knows the Premiership well? So
It does. As I said, it is a rumor until we can get it confirmed. So if I hear this between now and the morning, of course we bring it back to you. Philip Brady says good signing of true decent player with Prem experience. Who also says Stecky needs to add goals to his game. In my opinion, he works hard but hardly ever get out of my seat when he gets the ball. It's far too rare that threatens the goal. Giant 68 says Paulunia on loan is a good call. Saves transfer funds for a left wing, left back, and striker. Absolutely spot on. Right, Ben Davis. Before we interrupt you, sorry about that.
All I was saying is that I reckon he must be actually probably personally friends with Danny Levy, and we've heard him about being this Welsh mafia kind of comedy. We've heard about when he used to hang out with was it Rogan, wasn't it? Rogan and I forget the other gentleman. Might have been Bale as well for a time.
Yeah, Gareth Bale. Yeah.
And we've heard about, if you remember, guys, years ago, about how him and Højbjerg and Kane were all part of this kind of players committee, and you heard these rumors that they had player power, and it's like, and we don't really want that to happen. We've heard about the stories also, Dermot, that it was Ben Davis who went and told Levy, get rid of Nuno, he's terrible. So if any of this is true, or even half of this stuff is true, it means the man's got influence, whether we like it or not. And even though his performances on the pitch, I mean, to be fair, he wasn't a total disaster last year, but that's why he's still there. I do think he's got Levy's ear, which is a weird thing to say. Do you think maybe he's like the rat in who tells on the players to Levy, who think he's a bit like snidey, and it's like, again, I don't know the man. I'm just saying, do you think is he Levy's mole, for lack of a better? We had a mole last year, didn't we? Is he Levy's
we
mole?
did. Yeah. Look, I'm just waiting for a response from that. I think our man are on it.
Do you want me to ask him?
Well, he's just got back to me in the NDA department.
Okay.
So, but no, I'll go on. Hang on, he's getting back to me. Okay, fine. Well, if he is watching, I'm sure he is somewhere down the line. We have announced it as a rumor only until we get 100% confirmation. So we will wait to see. This could be announced tonight, so I could be back on at 11 o'clock when announcing this as well. So hopefully that will happen. Look, you got Brendan Johnson there, who's a Welsh player as well, so maybe that's linked into it. I think he's going to be part of the coaching staff. I think that's where he's, at the end of his career, I think he's going to be a coach at Tottenham with the youngsters.
It could be, Dermo, that he's just one of those players. Like, to be fair to Ben Davis, I don't think he's a great footballer. I never really have. But you haven't heard about him going out on nightclubs and getting himself into trouble. So he's an influence to quite a young team. He's the elder statesman. Him and Sonny are the two elder statesmen, and both are probably role models. You don't hear about Sonny doing any of this stuff either. And if Sonny does go, which it sounds like he very well could be, then that will leave just Ben Davies, now that also Kane's gone, as the kind of elder statesman of, and so that, they need that in the dressing room. I just don't want him playing many minutes, Dermo.
No, that's true. Yeah. But I think sorry, I'm just checking something. Sorry. Look, for me, Kuva says about Paulunia, the downside in Paulunia is very limited with his skill set. Will be even more in need of playmaker ahead of him. Still, he's definitely does the destroyer role. And big up to what's the point. Ben goes out. Yeah. Good evening, Dermot. I ain't gonna read that out. What's the point? I ain't gonna read that out. Right. Just the rest of the subs very quickly. Tequila, Danso, Basuma, Tell, Johnson, Sonny, and Madders. Madders only got a few minutes today. I think that was his first bit of pre-season. Out of Basuma, probably you would sell. How about Danso and Tell? We bought Tell, so that's
we've only just bought them. So I mean, I think we should have loaned Tell. I think Danso is a decent buy for a squad player. I think he's a good defender. I don't know if he starts. I don't know. We'll have to see. Does he start that many games? I'm not sure. But when Romero or Van der Ven aren't available, I think he slots in nicely. So I think that was a decent deal for the money we paid. We should have got on a loan, Dermo. We both agreed on that.
We both said that, didn't we?
Yeah, it should have been another loan. Yeah,
should have been another loan. Just very quickly, want to give a big shout out to our channel sponsor, Private Internet Access. The VPN, our best channel sponsor for the 25-26 season. Yes, guys, you did hear it right. We do have a channel sponsor for the whole of next season, guys, seeing us through to the end of the 25-26 footballing year. Do hit the description below. There is a link below. Hit that for 2 years. I think it's €48 for 2 years plus 4 months free. So it's the best. It is the best VPN around, isn't it, Tequila? And you can forget about all your 3 p.m. blackouts. You will watch every Spurs game to your heart's content this year.
It's half the price of a lot of the competitors as well. So, and
it's very, very reasonably priced. Now, we're not going to play the video because I don't think our esteemed co-host Colin likes it.
I'll put the link in the chat. Does he not like it? Well, he keeps telling us he's going to change it, and he never does.
Yeah. He never does. No. Well, we'll just talk about it tonight anyway. And you put the link in there, Tequila. These are a little bit of news that's around, guys, as we finish up the show. Tottenham enter talks to sign Randall Kulu Mayuni. According to journalist Aura, I don't know who he is, but he's a Spanish journalist. Tottenham have now entered talks to sign Juventus striker Mayuna. Talks between Tottenham and the £212,000 a week earner have been described as positive, and it looks though the North London club are starting to make moves in the summer market. He is a Juventus player, Tequila. Mr. Paratici.
I was about to say, you know whose fingerprints are all over this one, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Would you put that as a loan with an obligation to buy?
He's a good player. I'm not 100% sure he's what we need, but look, he's an upgrade on Richarlison. Probably an upgrade on Solanke. I'll cut Solanke a little bit more slack. He's certainly an upgrade on Richarlison. I think alone, when you're dealing with a foreign player like that, will he adapt to the league? We've been burnt with so many bridges, like Soldado and players like that, Termo. I think Paratici's track record in the Italian market is pretty high. So if it is the Don doing this, and it smells like it is, then I actually think there's a decent chance of this one, dude. Because you remember we got Kulu from there, we got Bentancur from there, we got them both at once. So we've done decent business with Juventus in the past, and generally the players we've got from them has been pretty good overall.
Didn't Kulu come from Juventus?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Kulu and Bentancur, we got both of them in the same window.
He's got 8 goals in 16 games. What's the point said for Juventus? So that's not bad, actually.
No, not in the Italian league. No, it's not bad.
No, not in the Italian league at all. Of course, we're on about Paella because of the news. We'll give you the latest rumours again, but this is a rumour to get it fully confirmed from Florentina Pettenberg that Perino is on the verge of joining Tottenham Hotspur on loan. Talks are very advanced. Only final details remain. I think Tequila's spot on. I think it's the loan fee. I think that's what's been discussed now.
They'll want something, won't they?
Yeah, probably. And how long the loan's for. But look, I think it'd be a great signing as well. And look, and it does say here, this comes from Give Me Sport as well with this article. Tottenham and Camp have been in contact for the last 2 weeks, and the player is keen on the move. Pauno's opened the Spurs switch to play more regular and return to the Premier League football. So the Premier League still has its attractions, doesn't it? And it's still probably the biggest league in the world. So I don't know why Tottenham don't use that more. And especially we have won a European trophy. We are in the Champions League. So do you think Tottenham are... Look, this question before we get to the last bit of the news. Do you think Tottenham are slow burners when it comes to transfer windows?
I just think it's the way that Levy operates, Dermo.
Yeah.
What are you giggling at?
I'm just giggling. I was giggling at your response because I was wondering what you're going to say. That's what I'm giggling at.
It's... Danny boy, my mate Danny is just risk evasive, isn't he? So that comes through in every decision he makes. So, and you know what? I'm going to defend Levy a little bit.
What? Good God! Hang on. I've got to take him off. Pardon? Say that again.
I'm going to defend Levy a little bit. I'll tell you why.
Are you feeling all right? Are you okay?
I tried to be as balanced as I can. All right. So
Yeah.
if I bought Ndombele for 65 million
Yeah.
and I ended up having to loan him out for more than half of his Tottenham
Yeah.
career and ended up not getting a penny for him, I too would think to myself, oh my God, I am never, ever going to spend 65 million on a player ever again, because look at that disaster.
Yeah.
That signing probably made Danny, who's already risk evasive,
Yeah.
second guess every single big name player he ever bids for. It's got to be even more of a sure thing, if there is such a thing as a sure thing, and we know there isn't.
Yeah.
He's got to be probably so convinced now before he ever whacks that kind of money down for another player. That transfer, he was risk evasive before that, but that just probably backed up his feelings. Like, this is what happens when I go and buy these 60 million pound players. Yeah, I end up losing all of it.
Yeah, I mean, you saw in the documentary him talking to him, didn't you? And him saying to him,
"What can we do to make? What can we do to get the best out of you?" I remember it on the.
Yeah, and he just sat there like a lemon and went, I mean, we've bought plenty of players from Europe before, and somebody, you look at Modric, what a star he turned in, what a gem he turned into. You look at Gareth Bale. I know he didn't come from Europe, but you look at Gareth Bale, how he turned into a superstar. You know, if you look at the players that have left Tottenham to go on to bigger things, I think Daniel Levy has to take some credit, I think, for them stars bringing in, selling for big profit, like Modric and the Gareth Bale. I mean, we when it comes to the Gareth Bale money, we totally spunked that up the wall. We went out and pissed it on fast women, booze, and takeaways.
The only player we got who was more than half decent. It was Ericsson. Yeah. People like what was his name? Nadley, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought he was okay, but not the others did.
No. Look, guys.
Chadley. What I'm saying his name wrong.
Yeah.
It's Chadley. Well, not Nat. I said Nadley, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I'm not sure what happened to him.
Well, you got the other Argentinian, didn't you, as well? We bought within that money.
Well, yeah, that was another failure term.
Where's Ozzy Ordiles and Ricky Vili when you need them? But did you know yesterday was the anniversary of us signing Jurgen Klinsmann back in 1994?
Boy, could we do with a player like that now?
Yeah, and then he came back and saved us from relegation, I think. 97,
and this is what I mean, Derma, when I get so depressed at our front line, because me and you've been a fan longer than I have, so you've probably got even more names to run off, but I can give you 10 strikers probably, or at least 8 strikers that Spurs have, which is just feels like they're on another planet to what we've got now. It's such a downgrade, Derma. I'm sorry. It feels that way to me.
This man here, he's seen more strikers than we've put together. I mean, you know, he's seen Jimmy Greaves playing, you know, and that says something. You got Jimmy Greaves, Martin Shivers, like straight off.
It's just a bit depressing what we've been left with, personally. So,
last question before we finish: if you could bring one striker back from the past, we'll pick one each, right? And the chat as well, get involved in this. Let us know what you think, and let us know in the comments after the show as well. If you could pick one striker, right? Let me rephrase it. Sorry, one goalkeeper, one defender, one midfielder, one striker. Who would you bring back? Now, these are only players you have seen play. So you can't just go. You can't go pick somebody in the 50s or 60s. It's got to be players seen play.
That limits me to more or less the 2000s, just slightly before. So that only gives me about 27 seasons to work with. I think on the goalkeeper, it probably has to be Prime Lloris. I think it's got to be for me. I know everybody kind of it's recency bias. So when we think of Lloris, unfortunately, we think of his last couple of seasons, but he was very good for a long time for us. On the striker, what's the point? That is the easy answer. I'm going to not give the easy answer on the striker, Dermo.
Okay.
I'm going to go with my favourite Spurs striker, not the most, not the one in the record, but my personal favourite, which was Dimitar Berbatov.
Oh, he was good.
I loved Berbatov.
Yeah.
I know he could be a sulky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But I loved Berbatov. As a defender, again, I'm going to go a little bit. Actually, this one probably isn't that surprising. But someone who never reached the potentials. Oh my God, Dermo, he could have been a World Cup winner defender. Yeah. He should have won multiple premierships. He should have won. The talent the man had. Yeah. Ledley King. King.
Yeah. I love Ledley King.
He was, what a freak he was. The dude never trained because he couldn't train because of his knee. So he only played games, Dermo. Can you imagine that? He only played games. He didn't train. And look at the quality of performances he put in. Imagine if his body would have kept up with him. Imagine what he could have become.
I know. Honest to God. So
and
that's so you got
my midfield
and your midfielder.
My midfield's obvious, dude. I've got to go with Ginola. He was the reason I became a Spurs fan to start with.
That's fair.
So Ginola, Berbatov, King, and Lloris. What about you?
For me, then there's a couple in the chat, guys. Some really good names there. Mm-hmm. For me, for goalkeeper, I will have to go for Ray Clements.
I can't go that far back. I didn't see him.
I see. That's me. Shows how old I am. I get to watch players in the 80s. I mean, that says something about me and my age. Yeah, Ray Clements, defender. We had so many good defenders. I would have to go for Ledley King as well, actually.
Yeah,
because he was brilliant, and to have the knees that he had and only play. Paul McGrath was the same. Paul McGrath only trained once or twice a week before games. Paul McGrath needs Irish international. His knees were fucked.
And Dermo, the other players knew how good King was. I remember hearing interviews of like players like Rio Ferdinand who are more or less admitted Ledley King's the best defender there is, but he's not fit. He's not fit, so he could never really play for England properly.
Now midfield, one I'll go with my heart, the other one I should go with my head, and I can't decide which one. So, it's been mentioned that I think Kuva's put him there. Who do I go with? Do you know what? I'm going to go with Gaza. That man was a talent beyond belief. I remember watching Gaza play for Spurs. He was actually playing for Lazio. It was his first game. They were playing a tournament between Tottenham, Lazio, Chelsea, and I forget the other team. And Lazio, Paul Gascoigne came on. He just ran the show. I just remember that free kick against Arsenal in 91. I mean, Barry Davis said that is the finest free kick this stadium, Old Wembley, has ever seen. And then up front, look, I've seen many strikers. I've seen Crooks, Archibald, Clive Allen, Gary Lineker, Teddy Sheringham.
Dermo, do you think Clive Allen doesn't get the respect maybe he should have for getting? Was it 32 goals he got in that season, or was it more than that?
He got 49 goals.
Was it 49? Bloody hell!
We see the thing about that, Tequila, it's quite Allen actually is a very famous Tottenham name. Paul Allen and Clive Allen were cousins.
Yeah.
Les Allen, who played in the double winner side, was their uncle. I think he was right. No, I think Clive Allen doesn't get enough credit. He was a very good striker. I think that season was an absolute freak of a season where he scored. And that was down to David Pleat changing the formation, going to a 5-5-4-1 or 4-5-1 formation. And you look at the midfield we had. We had Chris Waddle, Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah.
We had plays in there from some of them in the 80s as well. Gary Mabbutt, Gough, Ray Clements in goal, Chris Hughton. You can imagine Glenn Hoddle giving you chances. You are going to bang them away. Was it Gaza or Hoddle? That was the problem I had with the midfield. Up front, look, you can't go wrong with Berbatov. But you know what? I'm going with my national player. I'm going with my heart. Again, it was another head or heart moment. I'm going for Robbie King up front.
Dermo, but the Berbatov and King, I know that Son and Kane had better numbers. I get it, But I still think that just the mental awareness between Keane and Berbatov when it comes to being on the same wavelength, I think that's the best I've seen. I know they didn't get the numbers that they were. To be fair, they weren't together anywhere near as long either. They only had like 2 seasons.
If they were together now,
and
together, if they had the Kane and Son length together, I think they would have been a formidable pair.
Amazing. And that's what's missing for me at the minute, dude. This is what I mean. Where's that? We don't have it, do we?
No.
We don't have Keane Berbatov. We don't have anything. We don't
have that Gaza in midfield or a Glenn Hoddle or somebody that can spark a win out of nothing. We did have it with Harry Kane, by the way.
Yes.
And look, I said at the time Harry Kane wanted to move. Yeah, fine. Let him go. We'll be fine without him. The club will move on. I don't think we have moved on from Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane's moved on from us, but I don't think we've moved on from Harry Kane. But look, that's for another show. I want to do a show with you, Tequila, about Tottenham's 90s and really go into depth about what this is more going to be a show, Tequila's history of supporting Tottenham. So this is going to be a show for you that I'm going to interview you. So the next, probably not this week, probably early next week, we will do that, guys. We may do it live. We probably will do it live for you guys, or we may do it as a pre-record. I don't know yet, but I know I've got loads of questions about your Spurs past and who you like playing, and I really want to get into depth about your love for Gilliner and players like that, and what did you really think of Christian Gross and the times under Sugar, and what really made you become such a Levy outer, not an outer, but what turned you from being a Levy in the middle to where you are now? And I think that's worth going in depth with, because I feel anyone that says they're Levy out, I think gets stigma, and I think it's wrong. I'm Levy out now, so you can say what you want about me. It took me a while to get here, but I'm here. I don't, as you say, Tequila, doesn't mind how long it takes you to get there, as long as you get there. But yeah, that's the show be going out, and then hopefully Tequila then would do one. Tequila would then do one for me, interview me about my Spurs history supporting Tottenham as well. So a little something for you, and you members get onto as well. So please, if you are a member, get in touch. We'll get Wayne Bonner. That'd be a good one to do together with Wayne.
Wayne's been a fan of a while. Yeah, get Wayne on as well. Yeah.
Get James on as well, co-host James, about his time supporting Tottenham. If you're a member, get in touch with us, guys. The email is below in the description. But Tequila, where can people find you, sir? I know they can find you here as the Simon Jordan of THFC Till We Die. But where can people also find you? Because I know you've got a little gaming channel.
Yeah, they can find me on the Play Pouch gaming channel. Just put in the Play Pouch. I've done streams on there recently. As of right now, one of the members, Alan, is doing an Alien Isolation stream. So if you're a fan of the Alien film, especially the first film, Alien, go watch it. It's a horrible horror game where lots of scares and an alien tries to kill you. If that sounds like fun to you, and it does to me, please join us over there. I'll put the link in, and I'll put the link into your gaming channel, which you can talk about.
I did a game. I started the Batman Arkham Knight series the other night, but it crashed. I was quite nervous doing it, to be fair, and I'm still quite nervous doing gaming shows. I'm so comfortable doing football shows, but and political shows, which I do with Philip Brady as well, Dermatron's political rants. But yeah, the gaming channel is now up and running. I'm waiting to get a capture card so I can do it from my PC, so I can show myself. But I'm not into horror games, as Tequila knows, but I know the lads give me a list. So
Com gave you a massive list that he wants you to try Dermo the other night.
Yeah, well, if you can send me it again in our group chat, I will pick one of them and I will try one of them. I will do that. But I'm waiting for EA 26 to come out so I can do a Tottenham Hotspur manager show, and maybe do it with Tequila as well. Get him on as a guest, and maybe
I don't know. I'm not. I don't think I'd agree with your transfer policy. Who did you sign? Who did you sign? Who I found incredibly funny last time?
Paul Pogba.
Paul Pogba. That was enough for me. As soon as I saw that you signed Pogba,
But no, you're the transfer man. You're in charge of the transfer policy. I'm just the manager. You're Levy, and I'm the manager, so you're in charge.
Oh, lucky me.
That's the way it's going to be. That would be fun, actually. Tequila bossing me around. But guys, thank you all for watching. We are back to the show tomorrow, guys. I know we might have some work from Fabrizio Romero. So let's see. Right. Okay. I might have been.
He means Romano, not actually Romero. He means Romano.
Yeah. Right. Tottenham. This is from Romero. We've got, I reckon, here we go in the next hour. Right. Tottenham have agreed personal terms with Joe Pauluna and are in advanced talks for buying. Initial loan. We understand the agreement will also include a buy option clause, not mandatory. Spurs will cover his salary. Deal at final stages. That is the latest.
That sounds pretty good.
So it looks like I will be on later with a here we go. So we will watch that. But yeah, guys, I'll see you later. I might be back on with Tottenham with another signing, Tequila. But yeah, we'll see you later. Tequila, thank you so much for coming on.
No worries.
Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscription button if you can. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Thomas Frank we trust. Tequila, take us out, sir.
Here we are, mate.